Now you listen here, Jimmy. The only way you're gonna save yourself from those nightmares is if you stay a virgin to those horror picture shows they're showing down at the theater. You stay away from those films, you hear? I don't know, Tom. I kinda like those movies. You know, they give me kind of a thrill you can't get from those hot rod ones you're always watching. I don't care about the nightmares. I love them.
What's going on, everybody? It's your co-host Matt here with your host Daniel.
What up?
And today, Daniel's going to be the virgin yet again as we go and tackle old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so without giving too much away, let's see. What do you know about the movie? What do you think it's going to be about?
I know when the trailers came out, I was pretty stoked. I like M. Night Shyamalan's movies. A lot of people, like I said, shit on them, but I've always been a fan, so I'm excited. It's like from the trailer, it looks like they're like on a beach, and they get trapped there with a bunch of other people, and like they're aging dramatically fast and shit like that. And that seems pretty. And there's like no way out for some reason, so I'm kind of excited to see like what the fuck's going on. Like, is it like some kind of psychosis? Are they like all like I don't know. I have no idea where it's gonna go, but I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the trailer gives away, which is
Yeah,
cool. There's
yeah.
a bunch more into it that you're gonna have to really like pay attention to. It's one of those movies where you have to like sit there and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, like I don't want to guess too much, but like in my head, I'm thinking like there's got to be like some kind of psychosis, or I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like dive into it and be too wrong, but hopefully it's gonna be like Saw, where I start watching it, or Spiral, and I go, oh, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
That shit would be funny. But with his movies, I've never been able to do that, so I'm pretty excited.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for you to see it. I'm excited to see your reactions, hear what you have to say, see if you could hint out some of the stuff that's going on.
Nice.
All right. So I don't know. You want to get into it?
We could talk a little bit more about M. Night here.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like it? What movies like have you been a big fan of his or?
So not really. I don't know. Too many of his newer ones that came out. Like, what is one?
Well,
of his
there's this
ones?
one. He did Signs. He did that whole like superhero thing with Unbreakable.
Yeah.
The Split and Glass.
Those were really fucking good.
Those I liked a lot.
Yeah, I like those. When I first watched Unbreakable, I didn't even realize that it was like the whole Split series. I didn't realize that when I watched Split, I didn't realize what was going on until Glass came out, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. Well, at the end, I got it at like the end of Split when like what was it? He's at the end they're like, oh yeah, they're calling him the Horde, and then those girls are like, that's weird. It's kind of like that guy they called back in the day. What was his name? And he's sitting there and he goes, Mr. Glass, and I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, like that's from Unbreakable.
Yeah, it was a. They didn't do it like a series, but it came like a series. It was a series.
Yeah,
which was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. So yeah, but yeah, I like that. I like Lady in the Water. I thought that was pretty cool. A little weird, but super cool.
Some of those movies are his movies have a tendency to have like that weird vibe or like that creepy vibe.
Yeah, the worst movie he ever did has to be what's that called? The Last Airbender.
That was him.
That was him.
Oh, that movie fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I was excited when I was like, they're gonna make Avatar.
Yeah.
Shit on that movie, dude.
Dude, they fucking did awful. But yeah, let's get into this, dude. I'm fucking stoked.
All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go knock it out. We'll be back, guys.
Hell yeah, we'll be back with some spoilers.
And we're back. All right, Daniel, what did you think now that you've seen the movie?
I thought it was pretty cool. That was a mind fuck.
I told you, dude. It's one of those ones that like you think you know the whole time, and then you're like, is it this? Is it that? What the hell's going on?
I know when they got to the hotel, and then right away the guy starts talking about like, oh, this is owned by Warren and Warren, like that pharmaceutical company. I was off, but I knew right away. Not knew. Well, yeah, I kind of get. I was like, it's not. I think the pharmaceutical company has something to do with this beach, and like. I like noticed like when they gave them the drinks at the beginning, and I was like, oh, like they're probably like giving them drugs, and it's gonna be some kind of psychosis and stuff. But in reality, what it was is like it was bigger than that. But I wasn't too far off, so I got to give myself some credit. But man, I was definitely wrong.
Yeah,
I was still wrong.
You were still on the right track, though. This pharmaceutical company was just trying to cure. I don't know if they were necessarily wrong, but they were wrong for doing it. Like,
yeah, because they're killing people still.
Yeah, they handled it completely wrong, but they had good intentions, I guess.
Yeah, it was crazy to see them depict Pfizer and Moderna in a movie. So
yeah,
but it was cool. Like they give them medications to like cure illnesses that they have, and this island makes them age so quick, so they can, instead of like doing tests, they can just be like, all right, let's see if this is a cure, and then put them on this beach, and if they're cured, they're cured. If they're not, they're not. And then either way, they all die at the end. They go, okay, this is what we found.
Yeah, it don't matter.
That was fucking crazy.
I just want to know what they expected, though. Eventually, somebody's gonna have to figure it out and escape. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I went on a vacation, I'm gonna tell my family where it's at and all this other stuff.
Exactly. No one just fucking disappears.
No,
Like,
it's hardly. It's damn near impossible this day and age. Because I'm gonna tell all my homeboys like, yeah, I'm going on this trip to this island, and if I don't show up, I expect them to come looking for me.
Yeah, especially too like with what's it like with even your coworkers, like, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
how many times do coworkers go on vacation and they go, oh, I'm going to Cancun or I'm going to this place,
Mhm.
and everyone's like, oh, where are you staying? Like, and they tell you where they're staying, like, and that's just coworkers, let alone like you're gonna tell your family, like, yo, I'm going to this fucking random
Oh, yeah.
island resort, and,
Especially
like,
if you want it, like,
yeah,
guess
exactly.
what?
Yeah, you're gonna
Rub it in
brag.
their face.
Yeah, and that's what, like, I guess, like, what they could do, like, because they were saying, like, oh, yeah, they have all our passports and all of our crap. Like, they can make it look like we never even left home. Like, I could see how they could be like, if someone came knocking, like, oh, you know, my family came to this resort. They never came back. It was like, well, look, we have all these records that they left our hotel. Like, we dropped. And then because it was their own private plane that brought them, they were saying when they were on the beach, they were like, yeah, look, like, we have records that our own plane took them home. Like, they went home. Like, I don't know that they're back home somewhere. Like, they can make it easy for them to make it look like they disappear.
Yeah.
But my ass would be so sus, like, if my family member went, like, you're telling me that your plane took them there and brought them back, but you guys don't know where they're at? Like,
Yeah, they'd still be held responsible. There'd be some kind of investigation.
Yeah,
Or that one
lawsuit
dude
too,
was
yeah.
famous, the black guy.
Yeah, exactly, dude. The guy's a famous rapper. You're telling me he's gonna go missing and no one's gonna know that he was on
Yeah.
this island?
Like, if Drake goes to some island and he doesn't come back, everybody's going to freak the hell out and try and find where Drake went. Come
Yeah,
on
'cause
now.
even that little girl was like, I want to go say hi. You're telling me that she's the first person that's run into him at that resort, knowing who he is, and
Uh-huh.
wants to take a picture. Like, there's gonna be pictures like, oh, this guy's at this resort
Yeah,
with me.
TMZ's going to know exactly what the fuck.
Exactly. TMZ's gonna be on his ass.
So that's my biggest flaw was that you come on 75 or 73 experiments, however many they said that there were. And you
Yeah.
tell me they've never looked into it.
Yeah. Like it's they dropped the ball there, but I mean, it was still pretty cool. Like, it was a really good idea.
Yeah, I like the fact that you just slowly start seeing everybody like bring out their illnesses. Like the guy starts losing his mind. What's that movie called? In the middle of trying to open this lady up. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Because he's got like it seemed like he had a little bit of schizophrenia because he thought he was hearing his mom's voice.
Yeah.
But then there was like there he had a psychosis stuff. It seemed like schizophrenia mixed with like, yeah, because he was paranoid schizophrenic mixed with like,
Dementia.
yeah, it was some sort of dementia, which is like what I don't know what the husband didn't seem to have anything, but they still gave him like a drink too. Like, I don't know if
Maybe his was just liquor.
yeah. I know. And then she had the tumor.
I don't know what the other wife had, the doctor's wife.
Doctor's wife, she had calcium deficiency.
Yeah, that's why her bones were breaking all
Yeah,
easily
so
all
she
over
had
the
like
place.
brittle bone stuff.
Mhm.
That was crazy too, to see like that part where she's like thrashing about and her like bones are breaking,
Mhm.
but then healing instantly. So like they just fucking were all. She looked like a Jenga thing. Like,
Yeah, she just gets stuck in this form.
dude, that was freaking gnarly.
And then the other girl had seizures.
Yeah, epilepsy.
Yeah, or epilepsy.
I don't know if the nurse had any. I don't think the
I don't
nurse
think-
had anything.
I think that's why they gave him like a normal death, just drowning.
yeah,
he
because
didn't
some
have
of them,
nothing
not
wrong with him.
everybody had something.
Yeah, like the first
'Cause
girl
in
that
the-
drowned.
Yeah, she had something, but they didn't say what. The guy just said,
Oh yeah,
like,
that she was
here
sick. Oh wait, yeah, no, he did said TM or something like that. Or
Oh yeah. I forgot.
was it TB? Was it tuberculosis?
No, it was something else. I don't remember, but
M-
yeah, everybody pretty much had something except for the kids, of course.
Yeah, they just
They
got
just
fucked.
fucking they just sacrificed them damn kids.
Yeah, I guess that's why they said that there were no kids on the beach, right?
Yeah,
At some point, I think they said that there's no kids.
no
supposed to be
kids
in-
allowed on the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of sucks. The kids get just sacrificed to be with the family. Dude, that was crazy. Like that, like too, when the girl like has a fucking kid on the beach.
dies instantly. Like that makes sense, but
Yeah, because that was
shit.
happening in, I want to say, World War One, or it was one of the world wars, and like these kids, like babies, were being born, and they couldn't figure out why they were dying. Like, and they were being taken care of, and then they realized what it is like if you don't give them a certain amount of attention, like you die. Like the babies were dying, so like there was people that would have to go around, pick up the baby every single kid. They'd have to pick it up and be like, oh, okay, blah blah blah, like hold the baby and then put it down, move on to the next baby. And in
Yeah.
this movie, that's exactly how that baby died. Like they put him down for 2 seconds, but because of the whole time warp thing,
it
like
was like a day or something.
it was like just fucking the baby died from no love. Like that shit was crazy.
Oh damn, it was a trippy movie. I'm glad you enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I knew it was one of those ones that you like. I'm like, I gotta make them watch this one.
Yeah, I did think it was crazy because like it felt like it was really fast paced
Mhm.
and like a lot of stuff was happening quick, but in reality, like it really wasn't. It was just I mean, it was moving fast, but it made you feel more like you're aging with these kids, like almost kind of like it gives you like it was almost like when movies move quick like that, it always gives me like it makes it. I feel like it makes you a little anxious, and it made the experience better. I think because like I don't know, like the last Star Wars movie that came out, that one like moved way too quick. Like and it was like fucking stupid. And you're like, dude, why the fuck they could have made 2 more movies out of this? Like,
I hated the hell out of that, especially the ending.
Yeah, and then there was that movie, and with this one, it moves quick like that, and you're kind of like you're like trying to catch your breath, and this movie doesn't give you time to do that. And it's good because that's what the movie's about. These people are fucking aging quick.
On a race for time.
Yeah, they don't have time to think about what's going on. And when they try to, they're losing time quickly, and it's not good. And that's what this movie did. Like, they made it so fast-paced that you're trying to catch your breath, and you're moving just as fast as these people are in the movie. And they did a good job about that. This is probably one time. There's another movie, Hidden Gems, the one with Adam Sandler. He's like a jewel guy.
Oh, yep.
That movie did the same thing where it was just like go go go, and like but like it was still good, but you're like as anxious as he is. Like he's just trying to say something, and everyone's yelling at him. And that's what this movie kind of gave me that vibe of like it's just happening so fast and it's making me anxious. And I'm like, dude, like come on, like so let's like I need to breathe, and this movie doesn't let you breathe. And I loved that. I thought that was fucking cool.
Right. I agree with you on that. I like the comparison to the Adam Sandler movie because I definitely caught myself sitting there the whole time like, just say it, like fuck.
Yeah, like come on, dude, like I need to fucking breathe.
Yeah, in this movie, I'm just sitting there like, go figure it out. You know you're running out of time, people.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Like,
it's crazy.
They're over here trying to go build a fucking sandcastle. I'm like, no, figure out how to get out.
Yeah. And then my other gripe too is there's a lot of time where people like separated, and like and then I don't know, like they would separate and then like disappear, and then they would reappear, and it's like, dude, it's like a straight beach. Like how is the one lady like disappear and not see that her daughter climbed up and then fell and died?
Yeah, I don't get what her problem was. She was just worried that she was turning ugly or something. She got self-conscious and just like a dog when it dies wanted to go die in peace.
Go die in peace. But she like comes out of nowhere, like covering her head, and she's like, Kara. I'm like, bitch, where have you been? Or like even when the nurse and the other guy, like there was so much like, oh, like we're on this side of the beach, and then so and so's missing. Where the fuck they go? And then like, oh, we're on this side of the beach. But it's crazy when on the camera angles you could see clear to the other side. You can see where like the where their stuff was set up. You can see where the first girl died, and it was just like that's a gripe I have with it. I mean, there was that little cave where she did go hide in at the end where she died. But like I'm like, dude, there's not a lot of beach there for people to just disappear.
I would say that, yeah, the camera angling and the way it was filmed kind of irritated me a little bit, I guess. Like the direction behind the camera, cinematography and everything wasn't done like as good as it should have been.
Yeah. Dude, and then homeboy that killed the black dude.
Oh, dude.
And then they take his knife away, yeah, and then they're just like, okay, bye, and they leave him there. I'm like, bro, homeboy just killed somebody, and you guys are just gonna be like chilling, like he's not just chilling on the beach with you guys. Like
I would have killed his ass too.
Yeah, well I would either offed him or somebody needs to stay and watch this guy, make sure we're safe.
Yeah, because then he still attacked somebody else.
He still attacks the other guys, and then same thing with like having the knife. Like they had the knife. And, like, I immediately said, throw it in the ocean because there's no need. Like, those people did not need any kind of weaponry in this situation. I know a lot of things in horror movies, I always say, like, this whole thing would be solved if they had a gun. But then this is one where that is not the case at all because obviously the knife is what made him kill the rapper dude. And then, like, it just caused problems at the end of the movie. And there's not something to be fought besides each other. So after taking the knife, I would have fucking chucked that bitch out in the ocean. Been like, no, this guy is not going to see where we put this. He's not going to get another chance to hurt someone again. Instead, they put it in a bag, leave it out there. And what does he do? He fucking sneaks up and grabs it. And then that's it. And then he's, like, back at it again trying to kill people. Like, that was stupid on their part. And, like, I don't know. I don't know, maybe people are that dumb. People don't think like me and you.
Yeah, dude, fuck.
Because you're like, kill the guy. I'm like, I don't know if I would kill him, but I definitely would be like, yo, we need to fucking do something about it.
Yeah, I don't know. In that situation, I probably wouldn't have killed him, but sitting back looking at it, I was shouting that. But in reality, I would have at least like restrained him and like, okay, we need to fucking tie this dude up. Like,
yeah, because they had stuff that they could have tied him up.
Somehow they had a needle and thread to sew in case they had to sew it shut.
Oh yeah, that was so random.
Yeah, they just so randomly had everything that they needed at that time.
For that surgery to cut that girl open. Yeah, they could have handled him better, and obviously, if they would have handled him better, it would have been better. at the end there.
Yeah, I don't think that they had the right amount of food or nothing either, because technically speaking, you would have had to eat something like every minute to survive if your body was like going.
Yeah, technically that's true, because
crazy.
you would have been hungry.
Like you would have starved to death in like 2 minutes, because it would have been like 7 days without eating or some shit.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too. Like the kids ate a lot, but like the adults didn't, and they were like, and then I know the guy was saying, I guess the way the guy explained it was the only reason why the kids, because it's their cells aging, not their actual bodies.
Oh,
So their cells were aging,
So
so
they're
the
growing.
the kids were gaining mass, so they were growing, so they needed food to supplement that growth. Versus the adults didn't eat that much because their bodies were done growing and they were deteriorating at that point. They were doing
Yeah.
these opposite,
that makes more sense when it.
but
yeah.
they still would have needed to eat though.
Yeah.
Because if you're deteriorating, you still need to feed those cells that are still around. Like, but the parents, the adults didn't eat at all. The kids were the only ones like
Yeah,
eating
and
the whole time.
I keep forgetting that they said that their hair doesn't change, because I'm looking at them. I'm like, they don't look that old, but their faces are old. But they
Yeah.
did pretty good with like that, because they made their hair and everything stay the same, but
Yeah.
their faces were just getting all wrinkly and.
Because they said that like fingernails and hair are already like dead cells,
Yeah.
so you can't age those. Because I was expecting gray hair, and
Uh-huh.
like none of them really got gray hair.
No. Which, I mean, that makes sense, because if your hair stays the same and it's dead cells and it's only affecting the cells,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they had to really like research some shit to really get it on the point. They did pretty good. Like
And they did
making,
good explaining it too. Like
Yeah.
and it was it was smart of them to throw in like 3 medical professionals. They had the doctor that was a cardiologist. They had the
The
guy
nurse.
that was a nurse, and then they had the lady that was a psychiatrist. Like, dude, that is like perfect, because then you can. Those were good characters for them to sit there and explain. Like again, like the normal Americans, you need to sit them down and explain, which is good because not everyone knows stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which was good. Like that's why I like his movies too. Like he explains enough for like a dumb person or like just like a normal person to understand what's going on.
Mhm.
But like he leaves enough room that you really need to think like what the fuck, or like think
Yeah.
outside the box of what's going on.
Yeah, it's a thinking movie, but like you said, it gets explained pretty well, so you could
Yeah.
get a pretty good comprehension.
Especially at the end too, like when they go, because I know like some of his older movies he doesn't explain things, but like at the end there, he goes back, or like they go and they explain like what they're doing, what the pharmaceutical company's doing, and like why they're doing this, and that was pretty cool because I was like, okay, well that's cool. And then like when he was like, oh, there's a lot of times where I thought it was gonna end, where he goes like, hey, you're a cop, right? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, he just hands him the book. I thought it was gonna end right
yeah,
there.
that would have been a cool way to cliffhanger.
Yeah, but then too, like, and then he goes and he's like, well, I don't remember his name. I'm Trent,
Whatever.
and I'm Maddox, blah blah blah. And they're like, and our parents are blah blah blah. I'm like, ooh, that'd be good. And he's on the phone. I'm like, that'd be a good way to end it. And then they kept going, and then it did end on a good note. But I think it would have been good there for him to end it like the officer's on the phone, like. That's a missing person too. Like, okay, well, he's like, I'm gonna send you all the names on this list.
See, so they knew that they were missing people, but nobody thought to check the resort that they were supposed to be at.
That's what I know we were saying. Like, it's a big gripe.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest things, because they're all missing people, but nobody thought like, hey, let's check the resort they were
The
last
last
seen at.
resort. Yeah, exactly. That's
Like
kinda
all
dumb.
these people, we have all these different missing people coming from all the same resort. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have all these missing people. They've all visited the same resort before they went missing. Like, what?
yeah, the cops must suck it wherever the fuck their
Yeah.
islands at, dude. Their police suck.
One thing I didn't like too, like, why did why did that book be there, like the one that had all the names? Because like they were saying like, oh, it's a scientist, but why would he have a name and list of like all these different people if every group would go different times? Like, wouldn't that scientist have already been dead before all those other groups?
Yep.
Unless he already had that and then went there too just to check it out. I don't know.
Maybe he
that
got
part didn't get
curious, went to the
explained.
island to see what it was all about, thinking he could get out, and then he got stuck there and died.
Yeah, who
Maybe.
knows? I don't know, but that was one part I was like, okay, well, why do they have a book with all these names? Like, that
Yeah.
part didn't make sense to me. Maybe it got explained and I just wasn't paying good enough attention. I'll definitely go back and rewatch it just so I
Yeah,
can try to.
That's what I had to do with Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet.
I had to watch that thing twice, and I was like, whoa.
Dude, I watched it a lot, and I like am still picking things up on it. And I
Yeah.
know too, I had to like YouTube like Tenet
Mhm.
explained, and I was like, oh, okay. So when I would rewatch it, it was like having my handheld because I was like, I like movies like that. And sometimes they're fucking hard for me to even think through, but
Yeah,
but
dude.
they're as long as I'm like confused, I'm like, okay, this is fun, good.
And then it starts to click every now and again, like, oh, and then that's
Yeah.
like the best. You're like, that's why this happened.
Yeah, exactly. And then like there's movies that try it too hard, like too hard thinkers, and you're like, okay, this is stupid. But like when they're good and enjoyable, like Tenet was, or even this, like in the end, like, it wasn't too complicated of a scheme. Like, I was thinking, like, oh, they took a drug and they're all going through their some psychosis, when in reality, like, it's as simple as the rocks on that beach just make you age faster.
Yep.
And, like, and then the twist on it, the pharmaceutical company is giving people drugs to cure their illness, and they're trying to see if it works by warping their speed of time, or like their aging process. Like, that's fucking cool.
I wonder how they found out about the island, though, because everybody that goes to that island can't get out. So I wonder how
Well, I know
they know
he said
about
something about an expedition, like he said something about the first expedition. So I wonder if that's how, like, maybe somebody discovered it and they were like, and like, I don't know.
Maybe there was like the first person to ever discover the corals, went through the corals and lived, and then
Yeah.
they started it. Like, look, check out this island.
Yeah, I wonder, like, I bet too, like, now they know, like, about that beach. They could probably come scuba dive through the corals, come up, do, like, because they had rocks and shit from that beach, like, and
Yep.
plants. So they probably do that, come through, collect stuff, and then that's their way in and out for
Oh
them.
yeah, they can. They can get in and out through the coral.
Yeah, so
True.
they know, because they know that, so that's good for them. But even then, like, it's true. Like, how does somebody go there, get trapped there, die, and they go, huh, I wonder where he went, and then, like, it would just be recurring. Like, okay, why are people going on this island and dying, or this beach? And I mean, they would figure it out eventually, but I mean, how many people had to go through it?
And then they still just like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna keep this island and we're gonna make a scientific experiment out of it.
Yeah, well, and of course, it's a pharmaceutical company that does it, because that's exactly who I imagine doing something like this.
Kaiser.
Yeah, fucking dude. Yeah.
If all I'm saying is, if they ever come at me with an island getaway, like Kaiser supports it,
Or Pfizer,
Pfizer, whatever,
Moderna.
dude, or whatever it is. Nah, I'm gonna good.
Yeah, I don't trust that. Yeah, I don't trust that shit. But yeah, I liked it a lot. That was fucking cool. That was a
Yeah.
good movie.
I wonder if they got vaccinated on the island.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Yeah, we saw the sped up results.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh man, yeah, good movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, and you like M. Night Shyamalan, definitely a good one to add to the list of movies that he's done a good job on. Yeah, I would check it out.
Yeah. Do you have any last comments or thoughts about it?
No, I think we're good. Just, yeah, if you guys like his movies, I would see it. Kind of a mind fuck.
Yeah.
And like I said, be prepared for, like, being, I don't know if it's everybody, but for me, like, movies like that, a little anxious of, like, I felt like anxious because it's like, go, and you don't have time to breathe. That's my final thought on it. Like,
Hell yeah.
if you can handle that, you can handle this movie, guys.
100%. All right, well, we got some Book of Boba to watch.
Yeah, we're going to go watch some Book of Boba, guys. You guys have a good night, and till next time.
Later.